Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. It is the double 44, 44, 44, I think.
That doesn't sound right, but I'm gonna say that's right.
Okay, well, it's been a while since I took Spanish class, but Matt, how are you doing today, my friend? What is going on? Having a great week, are you?
We are having a great week in the Summers household. We are getting completely new bedrooms, at least me and my brother are. So this past weekend, we ripped up all of the carpet and the trim, and I felt like an 80-year-old man because I could not walk. Just in the process of painting. Tomorrow we get new floors put in, and then I can finally build my desk. So hopefully by next week I have a full setup that you all can check out. But it's been fun. I haven't really had to do a workout the past couple days because I've been getting my workouts in construction.
Yeah, well, Matt, it's been quite interesting week for the weather-wise. We're not getting much snow. We're getting a heck of a lot of ice up in Pennsylvania, so it is not a bad way to spend your time by renovating your bedroom, which to me is nice because when it comes to painting, if you paint during the summer, you have to make sure it actually stays on the wall before it melts, but it's nice because of the weather. You have to keep it cold. So I'm glad that you're finding use of this iciness happening. Vanilla ice, white ice baby.
Painting's actually fun. I low-key enjoy it. I wasn't using a brush. I was lucky enough that I had a roller, so I did most of the walls. Not most of the walls, but a large portion of the walls. It was actually fun. I haven't painted in so long, and I don't think I could do it every day. I don't know how people paint for a living, because that would kind of suck. But it's a fun thing to do once in a while.
Yeah. No, for sure. Now, Matt, I know this week for all you Catholics out there, Wednesday of this week was Ash Wednesday. Today, if you're listening on the release of the podcast, it is the first Friday for the Catholic religion. You're not supposed to eat meat on Friday. You're supposed to fast, too. You're not supposed to have a heavy meal on Friday, too.
So,
Is that
on Ash Wednesday, on all Fridays, can't eat meat.
Right.
And then you're supposed to have a light lunch and a light dinner that, together combine as, one big meal or something like that.
And I think on top of that too, Matt, you're also supposed to give something up too. So I wanted to ask, have you planned on thinking of giving anything up or?
So I don't think I'm giving anything up this year. You can also do something to help better yourself or your faith or something. So the last couple of weeks, I really haven't been doing my workouts. So now I'm going to do a workout every single day.
Interesting.
And I'm contemplating giving up alcohol.
Matt,
contemplating it.
Okay. So what was really funny, I had a mysterious package come to my house today. Come to find out it was a replacement part for my chair because I've had issues with it actually staying at its point. I've been thinking, Matt, and you could do it with me too. So I will give up alcohol, as this is going to sound horrible, but I don't do it that much, during the week.
See, I already was giving up alcohol during the week.
So why don't you
Are you talking Monday to Friday or Monday to Thursday?
Monday to...
I think if we're going to do this, we got to go Monday to Friday.
Okay, let's do Monday to Friday.
Okay.
That is going to be horrible for me because I'm heading down to the Reeds this weekend. So
Nice.
But it was funny because Matt texted me, he goes, "Oh, I'm having a beer, by the way." And I'm like...
You can't do home construction without a drink.
No.
So that'd be stupid.
So are we heading down to it? We're doing Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday, no alcohol.
Oh, okay. No alcohol. It's been set.
Starts this Friday.
Yes.
Well, no, technically it starts
Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday of this week. So now we're on day 3 of no alcohol.
Yes. Right.
We're gonna get shit faced on the weekend. Absolutely shit faced.
I was like, I haven't drank a lot yet, but I was like, wait, we're day 3. I'm like, Matt, we didn't even start yet.
One of us is gonna be drunk tweeting off our Twitter account. It's gonna be a wild time.
Well, let us know if you'd like to hear about that. But Matt, we're going to talk about some interesting things that happened over the week. One in particular being the week before we released this episode. So around the week of 43 production, Matt, you sent me this freaking hilarious video. I almost was going to do it today because I found out how to do it at work. So I wanted to bring it home. Just didn't have time to turn around and do it. But if all of you have been living under a rock, down in Texas, there was a court case that was happening over Zoom. You know, 2020's method of communication over Zoom. We had a Texas lawyer that joined the Zoom call and had a face filter on. A face filter of a cat.
A scary ass cat.
Scary ass cat. It's one of those white cats. You ever see the video on I think it's either TikTok or it's Twitter. It's like, Ma, this guy's staring at me. What is he doing? It's just the way that it's look. Oh my gosh, I gotta send it to you. Ma. But ended up getting a face filter of a cat on his face. And of course, the judge was Mr. Ponton. I believe you have a filter turned on in your video settings. And then, of course, it is Judge Roy B. Ferguson said, "Can you hear me, Judge?" And then Ponton was like, "I can hear you. I think it's a filter." And then the judge responded, agreed, and explained that, "I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here, and she's trying to remove it, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat."
The first question in my mind, why was the cat filter anywhere near his computer? Like, why was that? How did that pop up?
So I did some research, Matt. Okay. Meaning, like, I actually downloaded what the thing is to get you a cat filter.
Okay.
Believe it or not, it is from Snapchat. It is the Snap Camera app. And what that does is it gives almost a second camera for your Zoom calls or for whatever that is, Skype or whatever way that you could change settings on a video call. And you're able to pull up filters from Snapchat. The cat filter was one of them. And my assumption based on that is that this was a home computer. They have children. They knew how to obviously do it. They knew how to download it. And they did not turn it off because I turned it on during one meeting today at the time of this recording. And then in the afternoon, I was just about to get on and it was still on Snap Camera. So I could understand how this happened.
All right, that makes sense. The kid part does make sense. Well, this is probably the funniest video of 2021 so far. I think we can all agree on that.
Literally
the fact that, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, literally the pinnacle of like what Zoom was for all of us. Like, you know, you have the people that were trying to navigate the digital space because they had to. There was no choice. They had to. But then you had people that run into these issues. You know, I'm not going to make fun of these people, but the young at heart, you usually find the people that are young at heart having these technical issues and just don't know how to resolve it. And I think what was really the best was literally saying to the district was, "I'm not a cat." Well, no kidding, you're a cat. Like,
yeah, I don't think anyone would pick a cat to represent them in the case. Also, this guy who he's representing, or girl, who I don't know who he's representing, no shot they have a case in this shit. No shot. Like, they lost. They absolutely lost. There's no way the judge is going to look past this guy who had to explain to the judge that he's not a cat and they're going to win. Like, that's not going to happen.
So, Matt, are you curious to know what the case was from the call itself?
Please inform me.
So it was a case involving a man trying to exit the United States with contraband and contraband cash.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he's going to win that.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But again, you know, based on the HuffPost, Judge Roy Ferguson, who obviously was the judge that was happening, said that tweeted that these fun moments are a byproduct of a legal profession's dedication to ensuring that the justice system continues to function in these tough times. Everyone involved handled it with dignity, and the filtered lawyer showed incredible grace. That was the thing that threw me off, was the lack of reaction to the fact that there was a cat filter on.
It is kind of, like, I do understand it can be easy to forget to switch cameras. However, we are like 9-10 months, almost 12 months actually into this pandemic. I feel like most people know how to switch cameras by now, and especially if you're going into a court case, I feel like maybe double check to make sure you have the right camera on. Like, that doesn't seem too difficult.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Matt, because even with like special meetings that I always hit new meeting, and it's not more so to check my face, it's to take a look at my surroundings. like I try to have this Zoom call myself, like all good, like making sure my picture of Jenna's like angled at the right way, making sure it's exposed right, and then like having these back things behind me too, like kind of centered. But yeah, big surprise there. Even if you could have turned off the camera, that's the other thing. You could have turned off the camera and then try to fix it before getting back on. But obviously, it was a little more difficult than it was.
Also, why was this recorded and released to the public?
So that's funny too, Matt, because for anybody who's seen the video at the top left-hand corner, now this is just an assumption again, that's more so for the note takers or for the witnesses to attend and listen in on that. Not saying the jury, but like those involved from the public office, they're able to jump on the call without any thought, and they show up recording for a $500 fine. There really wasn't any discovery on how it was recorded, but there are a lot of people praising whoever it was to put it on the internet because they're like, man, give this man all the credit. He could have been fined $500 for this, but hey, he has the most viral video on the internet right now. So I give kudos to the guy whoever did it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, probably the best video we've had in 2021 so far. And this guy actually, this could help his career because he got so much publicity. And if even the judge came out and said he handled it well, so maybe he'll get a lot more business that way. Who knows?
You'd be surprised, Matt. Like a virality, that's the word. Virality. I'll emphasize the A, but the virality of a video gone out could lead to a lot of other potential things that are going on in the world. You take a look at us. We make one viral video and we could be signing an exclusive deal with Spotify for all we know. Like, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, as they say, any publicity is good publicity. So props to him.
Props to him. I mean, yeah. So speaking of cats, Matt, we're going to jump on to another friendly creature. If you've ever had an experience with said creature, we're going to talk about pigs.
Who doesn't love pigs?
Yeah. Matt, you ever pet a pig? I
don't know if I ever pet a pig.
Pet a pig?
I don't think I have.
Say that 5 times
actually,
fast.
I probably have.
Pet a pig, pet a pig, pet a pig. Matt, we've come to learn on research, this again was reported by the HuffPost, that pigs can play video games.
Not something I thought they had in their repertoire.
No, not at all. So there was a published article that was really speaking about a pig's intelligence. So it really didn't focus on actual gaming, but it was more so on a pig's intelligence. One of the people who were working on it was a scientist, Stanley Curtis, passed away in 2010. They continued basically the research they played off of it, highlighting 2 Yorkshire pigs named Hamlet and Omelette. The two
That's an unfortunate name, Omelette, for a pig. That's sad. That's actually sad.
They're 2 Payne Pinto micro pigs, weighing about 50 to 70 pounds. And then there was 2 who were named Ebony and Ivory, all who were kept at Pennsylvania State University, Penn State. So another local place. So the pigs were trained. So Matt, I'm sure you're assuming that like they were handed an Xbox controller, like, game some Fortnite. Why don't you? Like,
that's what I'm thinking. Box
Fortunately,
like a fish.
Boxed you like a rooster. So what they did was they were given joystick video game tasks. So originally this was tested based on chimpanzees and monkeys, but they learned how to manipulate a joystick with their snouts and move a computer cursor across the screen. Once they moved the cursor to hit the wall, a treat dispenser connected to the joystick would deliver a snack. So the game obviously had varying difficulty levels. The number of walls that appeared on screen decreased from 4 to 1. And then the pigs, all of whom were farsighted, that's a weird fact.
That is interesting.
A very weird fact. Eventually excelled at the game, though their performance varied at higher difficulty levels. So, for example, Ivory hit the one-walled target an impressive 76% of the time, for instance.
So, what I got from this is pigs are a lot smarter than I thought. Like, I did not think they were this smart. The other thing is they'd probably be really good, like, Tetris players. No, not Tetris. What's the one that goes
Pong.
Pong? Yeah, they would be Atari or Atari Pong, whatever it's called. They'd be good at that.
And that's it, Matt. That's a simple concept. Like, they had to get the ball to the wall, and now they have to recognize that the wall is hitting the ball.
And they got to take it from the window to the wall.
To the sweat.
Yeah, finish that. Go ahead.
Nope.
So, like, it would be awesome to see like a pig play Fortnite.
Oh yeah, could you imagine that? No, what if a pig skin? LOL, pig skin.
Nice.
And then a pig playing Fortnite.
That'd be pretty cool. If we were in a lobby, a Fortnite lobby with 99 pigs, how many kills are you getting?
20.
Oh, I'm thinking like 40.
No, I'm gonna go with a sick 20. Which, by the way, if you haven't yet, we released our second Fortnite video. I dropped 14 kills that game.
Yeah, you did. Popped off.
Oh,
Popped off.
somebody don't ever hand me a sniper, because your boy can go pew pew. And you'd
True.
be done.
So are they going to teach pigs to play actual video games, or did they just do the study to show how smart they were?
I think it's more so the study, Matt. But even just looking at that, I think farmers have certainly a way that they can take this information and go beyond it. So let's just say, for instance, they can condition the pig to maybe have their dinner. So they would, I'm just thinking hypothetically here, but they decide to have a switch from their house that at a certain time, the quote game would turn on. The pig would then have to maneuver it again, like this simple example. If they successfully hit it, which I think would get notified by the farmer, they would receive their dinner, meaning it would just be dispensed out. Like automated, it's just like you and I grabbing a buffalo chicken mac and cheese devour meal and putting in the microwave and all that. So I think that's kind of where that direction is.
Well, that's cool. I like that. Like pigs can kind of like let them know they're hungry and get food when they want. However, I would like to see some pigs play like actual video games. Like, how cool would it be to have like a pig farm that's like an esports team? It's just an esports team full of pigs. That'd be awesome.
They'd be called the Pigskins.
If you put Tim the Tatman in a Fall Guys lobby with 99 pigs, does he win?
Which one is he again? I can't see him.
True. True.
Oh boy.
I think if I was taking Tim or the pigs, I would take one of the pigs.
Oh.
I'm not lying. Fall Guys, really, all you have to do is put your nose, and then maybe they can teach them to like hit the jump button. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, I think that's a different component, but if you're betting on a pig, I guess I'll bet on a pig too, Matt.
Pig's usually gonna win. Not easily, but I mean, wouldn't it be cool to see like what else pigs can do? Maybe you can train them to play with their snout and their hoof.
Hoof.
I don't think it's paw.
Wait, we're not experts in
Their
any
hand.
type of hand.
Their leg.
Yeah. So if you got a pig, they're smarter than you think, and that's a pretty scary thing.
I thought pigs were pretty dumb. I didn't know they were this smart.
I never thought of that, Matt, but now just taking a look and analyzing this, I'm scared.
I wouldn't be too scared.
No, they need to operate with their hooves.
Yes,
too.
Yeah.
So I think we're okay right now as a human race.
I would hope so. I did have some really good bacon this weekend.
Bacon. I haven't had some great bacon lately.
Oh, we got really good.
Ooh.
Yeah, phenomenal. 10 out of 10.
Usually I make those with pancakes. I made heart-shaped pancakes this weekend, Matt.
I did see that. I did see that. It looked pretty good.
Yeah. It took me a couple tries, I'll be completely honest. We had a few loopy pancakes.
The end result looked good, though.
Oh, yeah.
The one that I saw.
I was like, take this one, put it on your Instagram story. But hey, pancakes are great. But what also is great, Matt, is our recurring segment that we keep have going on to our final topic for today. It is called What's the Word? It is a good spark of a conversation, a good icebreaker. What happens if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome, is that I literally go to randomwordgenerator.com. I do a few clicks, and whatever word comes up, we have to think about the first thing that comes to mind. Again, these are all nouns. Matt, how many clicks am I starting off with today?
2.
2? 1, 2. Decoration is the first word. Matt, what comes to mind with decoration?
I just ordered some new decorations for my room.
You did?
So hopefully, let me brag for a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
I got some canvases. Because I wanted like something like adult for like my room.
Because canvases are adult.
Well, they could be depending what you get. So I got some golf themed. So next week behind me, you should see not a giant, but a pretty big canvas of Pebble Beach. It's a famous golf course out in California. It was a huge sale. I saved about almost $350 on that one.
Easy.
And then I got 2 other ones that'll be on my side wall. One of Augusta National, where the Masters is played. And then another one just like a golf course that's like in front of a mountain. And I saved about like 150 on those combined. So decorating your room, like actually picking out decorations and like wall colors and stuff, that's also fun. Like home design, that stuff is low-key fun.
I think when it comes to a desk specifically, I'm like all over that. Like desk organization, I'm like, I want this, I want that. I think, what was it, last week or the week before, I spent reorganizing my cables for all my live streaming stuff.
What do you feel about having like decorations on your desk? Like one like little like statue thing or something? Because like I'm struggling of what to put on there.
Well, I mean, looking at my desk right now, I obviously have that photo frame of Jenna and I from her graduation because there really wasn't a graduation that happened. I also have a pencil case, like a little like pencil holder. I then have a lot of technology stuff. Like I have my Stream Deck for my live stream. I do have a phone stand. I think that's a good recommendation, Matt, is a phone stand. You can get them very cheap.
I do like that. Mine does come with a hutch.
Okay.
So I do have a hutch.
Yes.
And I don't think I told you this.
No.
It's got a wireless charger.
Oh, dude.
Built into the desk.
That's killer.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for that.
I was just going to say a wireless charger, but man, you already have it set, man.
It comes built in.
Cool.
I'm assuming it just comes with a plug that I just have to plug that part into the wall.
Probably.
Okay, cool. I'm so excited for my desk. I want to put it up now, but I can't.
I always say that making sure that you have your things that are most accessible to you. So like making sure that you have both your chargers. So like I have a charger, like I have a USB-C charger as well as my iPhone charger. Another thing to consider, Matt, too, is coasters.
Oh, I have tons of coasters.
Okay, yeah. So coasters definitely.
I just don't know if I want something like decorative that like doesn't necessarily have like a purpose other than like being something cool for my desk.
I was almost on the trip of Avengers. Like I got really into Avengers and I was almost going to put Mjolnir, which is Thor's hammer, or Captain America's shield or Iron Man's helmet. Like I wasn't 100% sure. I think I was going to go with Thor's hammer.
That'd be Mjolnir. Pretty cool. That would be epic.
You can get a couple of them. One is actually a Bluetooth speaker I found. I'm like, that'd be pretty cool.
That's pretty sick.
But I mean, thinking about like my work desk, like my office, I do have a lamp, so like a desk lamp, and then I love lamp. Not anything else. Like I have a couple coasters. I have a frame. I have another picture of Jenna and I. Big surprise there, huh? And then like a desk organizer. I don't have any like organizational things. Now on my windowsill, on the other hand, I have a light up hashtag. I have a plant. I have more photos, and then I have a little corner just in case if I need to put like camera batteries or whatnot over there. So I guess it all depends.
I've always liked work areas that have like decorative stuff. Like, yeah, like obviously you're gonna have a bunch of work stuff on your desk or like even on your walls. Like I feel like decorating your work office, if you have one, is like even more fun than your bedroom, because I feel like in your bedroom you're the only one that like really gets to enjoy it. And like if someone comes in your office and they see something cool on the wall, like that's a cool conversation starter.
I have 8 pictures, and I have 8 pictures up on my front wall. That's the thing that I like the most is 8 pictures, because I have my family, Jenna's family. I have a picture of Sister Jean, God love her, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 campus pictures that I think are my best pictures. So it's a conversation starter.
Absolutely.
All right, Matt, next word. Conspiracy.
not a big conspiracy theory guy. I think we talked about this already on the podcast.
Okay,
But
we talked about this, Matt, episode 2.
we haven't had a big conspiracy theory in a while.
No.
Like the conspiracy theorists have kind of like gone quiet. They're probably going to come out with something big soon. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows, Matt? You're you're the lead conspirator. That comes out. This person said on a podcast that there's something big coming out, and look where he is.
Yeah. That'd be epic.
All right, Matt. Next one. Toll. Toll.
I got nothing.
You know what I find crazy? Just because I've traveled the turnpike a whole lot,
What?
that they don't use toll workers anymore. Like
Yeah, that is weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
I-
And like I feel like people even go through the Easy Pass lane even if they don't have Easy Pass, which I guess you probably still get billed anyway. So like
Yeah.
I don't know if you get billed extra, but like that's kind of smart if you don't get billed extra.
I just can't understand why we can't all come together and just get an easy pass. Like, yes, this is the model that it happens, but it's so easy. Like, literally, it says easy pass. Like, it passes you through. It's easy.
Yeah, I don't understand why we can't just. It would make the highway so much faster. Like people wouldn't have to stop and pay. Like just let people go and like take a picture of the license plate and just bill them at the end of every month.
Yeah.
Or I don't know how that would work, but that's easy enough.
All right, we'll do 2 more.
Okay.
False.
Black Bear. It was an office quote. That's the first thing that came into my head.
I had a professor that was pretty engaging in conversation, and anytime you said something, he would go false, and like you were false.
I feel like if you're trying to like lighten the mood in a conversation, like if you're having an argument, but like it's not like a serious argument, you're just having like a stupid argument. Saying no, you're wrong isn't as cool as saying false. Like saying false in that situation, like it lightens the mood in a little bit, if that makes any sense.
What do you say? Disavow. That's
Disavow.
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 All right, Matt. Last one. Coincidence.
Coincidence.
Coinky dink.
Do you believe in coincidences?
Yes.
Let me say that word again. Coincidences.
How's that beer, Matt? How's that seltzer?
Pretty good.
Well, yeah, because let's talk about all the occurrences that we would send the same TikTok to each other at the same time without
True.
even knowing, man.
Just happened the other day.
It just happened the other day. So the way that Matt and I, if you really want to keep a streak with somebody and you don't want to snap each other, I mean, not that Matt and I don't want to snap
Once
each
in a
other.
while, we
like,
sneak one in.
just guys being dudes. Like, we're like, huh. But if you really want to keep a streak going, you could send TikToks through Snapchat, and then that counts towards your streak.
Yeah, it's epic. I think we're at like over 160 right now.
I'll have to check, my friend, but I believe we are at, as I am checking, we are at 163.
That's pretty epic. I
Second
think
long-
that's longer. That's longer than the first one we had.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have any longer Snapchat streaks than that?
No, nope,
You don't?
no.
Have
That's
your
the
only
only
one?
streak I have. Yeah,
Oh, you do have a red heart next to me, so that's cute.
we just got that like yesterday or today or something like that. I saw that today. It was pretty epic.
Yeah, my highest is 743.
Yeah, I don't have any others.
Yeah. Well, I have a 743 and then 105.
Okay, that's not too bad.
So-
743 is impressive.
All right, one more just for shits and giggles. Tell me to stop, Matt.
Stop.
Oh,
that was an extra click. That was 2 extra clicks.
So it was gravel secretion.
Yeah, pass.
Disavow.
Dis-
Characteristic.
I feel like I don't know. You have
All right,
anything?
next. Nope.
Yeah.
Sentiment.
Sentiment. You know what's kind of weird? I've had these blue walls since we moved into this house. Like we painted them. I was in 6th grade. I was like, I want blue walls. I don't know why the frick my parents let me paint the walls royal blue. But like now that they're actually gone, like it's kind of like a weird feeling that like I'm gonna have actual normal colored walls. Like it's kind of like these walls have been like sentimental. Like I haven't lived in this house without them.
Isn't that a scene from, oh gosh, it wasn't Full House. Oh, it's the one with the Carlton. I forget the
Fresh Prince Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince, when he was standing around in the living room looking around
The last
before he left.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that with all of our apartment meaning one, but like every apartment that I moved out, I'm like, wow, like this happened, this happened, this happened. And you get kind of sentimental about it, and then it's weird when you drive by the house. You're like, "Oh, there it is."
And then you think the next house isn't going to live up to the old house, and then it does, and then you have even more memories.
I think the worst, not the worst, but like the hardest sentiment to get over was actually moving out from my old house to my new house. Like not apartment wise, but my parents' house.
Yeah.
Like I never got a last day at my old house. Like it was very much so back in. Oh God. Summer of 2017, maybe Easter of 2017. Like that was the last time I was at my old house, and we moved in October. So it never had that pure opportunity to just get one last look around and enjoy myself.
That does suck. Like moving is exciting because you get to move into a new place, but like you have so many memories in the old place that like you do want to like sit down and just like reminisce about all the fun times you had.
Mm-hmm. Not only sucks, it's a pain in the ass to move to no matter what.
Moving sucks. Moving is the worst.
Sucks. Absolutely.
Even moving stuff out of my room to tear up the floor right now. Like I'm literally just sitting on the hardwood. Like I don't even have carpet or padding on. It was a pain in the ass.
Matt literally has a cardboard box that's keeping up his laptop, and then he literally is attaching his boom stand to his windowsill.
Pretty
really?
much. Well, no, I have stools, but
okay. Like stools again, even that, like putting one stool in.
That's so I haven't had permanent setup. So like when my desk gets set up, it's the first thing I'm doing is putting a microphone on it.
Dude, I cannot. I'm excited to see it.
I'm so excited.
You're gonna have to send me a picture.
Oh, absolutely. I'll keep a snap streak going.
Yes. Yeah, you sent a Snapchat to me last night.
Yeah, because I was freaking exhausted. I wasn't on TikTok all day.
We've been having a drought of Fortnite or Rocket League, unfortunately. So,
yeah, sucks.
If you haven't already, make sure you watch our Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday at 7:30. That schedule may change considering we don't know what the heck is going on. I mean, at least this week. You know, it's kind of nice. By next week, we should be resuming back to normal. But This week's been a little interesting.
To say the least.
Yeah, to say the least. So, well, before I embarrassingly try to sing our way out like last episode, we're going to take a quick break. You're going to hear some amazing sponsors. And when we come back, Matt's got his sports. Let's say you start a podcast or you're running your own side hustle and have a bunch of links that you want your audience to know about. As a podcast, Matt and I have all of our social media, all of our podcast links, and other important things. Make it easier for your followers to find your important links, social media, and latest content by having it all in one page with Solo.to. I'll be honest, I have used similar websites like this, but nothing compares to Solo.to. All of your links are clean and easy to navigate. Have an upcoming video? It's really easy to make those changes. Plus, Solo.to has opportunities to upgrade to include more customization, advanced analytics, and so much more. Solo.to is giving us a special opportunity for you to get 10% off if you create an account and upgrade. Be sure to go to solo.to/funnybusiness to create your account today. Solo.to, it's the way to go. Do you think, Matt, people are tired of hearing our Anchor ad?
Yeah, probably. But let's be honest, if it wasn't for Anchor, we would not be doing a podcast.
You're right, Matt. Once again, we have to thank Anchor for helping us continue to make each episode. Y'all know how it works. Anchor is free. It's easy to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, and distributes your podcast to platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more.
And you all know that you can make money too, even with the first couple episodes that you start with.
So why haven't you started your own podcast yet? Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm.
So, Mike, when do you think we'll stop talking about Anchor?
Oh, man, Matt. You know what? To be completely honest, I think we'll be talking about this for a long time.
Okay, let's slide into the sports segments for today. We are going to start with Super Bowl champs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last week, they had their Super Bowl boat parade. So usually when sports teams win, they have a parade throughout the city. Obviously, with COVID, it wasn't able to happen. So they just had a boat parade. It was awesome. Tom Brady was shit-faced the entire time, had to be helped off the boat, and someone had to hold him while he was walking. One of the other funny moments was Tom Brady was on one boat, and a couple of his teammates were on the other boat. And Brady tossed the Lombardi trophy from his boat, and the dude caught it on the other end, which was funny. Mike, I know you probably thought it was nerve-wracking.
Oh my God. I mean, hey, it's football, so I'm hoping your quarterback can throw you a nice pass, especially if it's Lombardi Trophy. But
If
it's a
there's
trophy.
anyone I would trust to throw the Lombardi Trophy,
Tom
it would be
Brady.
Tom Brady. He held it 7 times. But Mike, not everybody was happy with the toss. So the family that makes the trophy, the Groves family, was felt very disrespected by the move. One of the daughters, I believe, of the Smith makers, the silversmiths, Lorraine Gross, said, quote, I was just upset. Said, quote, it just upset me that this trophy was disgraced and disrespected by being thrown as if it was a real football. She went on to say, I personally would like an apology, not just to me and my family and other silversmiths, but to the fans, all the football fans and other teams' players. She said she did not sleep for 2 days because Tom Brady tossed this trophy. And no, her name was not Karen. Her name was Lorraine. I mean, come, it's. Did she not see 2 years ago when the Patriots won? Gronk used it as a baseball bat. Someone threw him a baseball. He bunted it and put a huge dent in the trophy. You didn't say anything then.
It's a little
because
excessive.
Tom Brady just it was it. What, her comment or what Gronk did?
Both.
Both. That's fair. Both.
It's such a I feel like we're starting to get into now like double standards of everything now. Like, well, if you yell at this person, you have to yell at everybody else who did it in the past. Like, we could talk about, they could be just as upset with the champagne party at the end of the locker room. Like, why is there champagne getting all over my trophy? Like, I get it. It was nerve-wracking that you tossed it from one boat to another, because if they didn't catch it, it would have hit the bottom of the lake. And again, I think, because they don't make that every year, right? Like that's the trophy.
I don't know, Jim.
Do they make it every year? I don't know, Jim.
They might. I'm not sure. I don't know about that. I could see if they would have dropped it. Yeah. If it dropped in the ocean, and let's be fair, Gronk probably would have swam in the ocean to pick it.
He probably would have dove into it.
Probably would
dive and picked it up.
But they caught it. It's not like they were just having fun.
And there was no like they didn't catch it, drop it. Like they caught it bare hands, like a football. Like it literally was caught. Like there was no issue about it of it dropping on the boat, denting in the boat. I would be more upset with Gronk using it as a baseball bat to hit something.
Gronk's dent was like the size of a baseball.
Baseball.
It was huge. Also, if he's disgraced and disrespected by this, how do you think the family of the Stanley Cup feels? The people drink beer out of that. They piss into that.
Yep.
They do everything in that cup.
Disgusting.
That cup, if you could think of something to do to the Stanley Cup, I guarantee you it's already been done. They eat cereal out of it, everything. Like that is a lot worse than what happened with the Lombardi Trophy.
Now that's one trophy. That's not made every year. That is one trophy.
That is one trophy.
That is one trophy.
That's the best trophy in sports.
Oh yeah, to pick it up, man.
It's pretty heavy too.
Oh yeah, and to be on skates too and skate around the ice with you holding it up.
That's the most impressive thing in sports.
Screw hockey. Screw hockey. Picking up the Stanley Cup and skating around at a decent pace, not like just cruising. Like they're flying around the rink and like holding it up in the air. So
hockey players are incredible.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. I wish I was able to see more hockey in person, because it's fun to watch. It's just cold.
Hockey's one of the most fun in person sports to watch. I don't like watching it on TV, but in person, it's like top 2 that I've seen.
Yeah,
I would say. Moving on. We have not talked the NBA in a while, I feel like. So what I thought we would do today is take a quick little look into the mid-season standings, as we're almost halfway through the first season. So the second half of the season schedule has not been released yet. Hopefully coming in the next couple days or two. So Mike, do you want to start with the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference?
Let's start with the East, because I feel like I don't know too many of those standings.
Okay,
like
so the Eastern Conference is an absolute shit show. They have, let's see, 5 teams 500 or better.
Out of how many?
15.
15, okay.
For reference, the Western Conference has 9 teams 500 or better. But let's stick with the East. So, Mike, any guess who the top seed is right now?
It's either between Bucks, Nets, or the Sixers? Am I right in any of those three?
That is the top three.
Oh,
so the 76ers are the top seed in the East right now.
Okay.
Joel Embiid's playing very well. Suns just beat them this past weekend, so suck it, Philly. We have Milwaukee Bucks in 2 at the 2 seed. And the Brooklyn Nets at the 3 seed. That's pretty impressive because like they still haven't played a lot of games with Harden, Kyrie, and Durant.
Yeah.
Now, did you see that Kyrie apparently came out and said that James Harden is the new point guard and he is the new shooting guard?
I did not see that. Am I surprised? Kind of. But I feel like Kyrie has, I don't want to say matured enough, but enough to kind of come to realization, okay, maybe I can't, no, not maybe that I can't, but maybe I need to be facilitated somewhere else in order to make the team better.
I kind of like it because like Harden, Kyrie is a really good passer, but I feel like Harden is more skilled with the ball. So I feel like I'd want him with the ball more than Kyrie. Not that Kyrie's not good. He's great. Probably going to be an all-star this year. But I don't mind it. Moving down, the Pacers are in 4th. I did not see that coming. And especially now they don't have Oladipo. Boston Celtics are 5th. They're 13-13. A little odd.
That is odd.
Charlotte Hornets are 6th. LaMelo is actually good. He's not bad. Mike, the New York Knicks are the 7th seed.
Wow.
Just got Derrick Rose.
Yep.
They're not bad. And then Toronto Raptors are the 8th seed.
That's, well, I was going to say that's a surprise, but
I'm not terribly surprised. What I am surprised at is that the Miami Heat are not in the top 8.
Yeah.
They kind of stink.
And that usually, like, by years of post last season, yeah, make sense of that, Mike. Like after a championship season, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, they made it to the NBA Finals. They're not seeded.
It's interesting,
right?
I don't expect Philly to stay on top. I don't like that.
They're gonna choke.
Probably.
That's
sorry, Philly fans. Not really sorry. And I still think Brooklyn makes it out of the East at the end.
Yeah, I get it. I could agree with that. Because it's going to come down to playoffs. As long as they're seeded, it's going to come down to playoffs.
And honestly, people keep talking about right now like they don't have depth. But like in the playoffs, you only use like an 8-man rotation. So if you keep one of KD, Kyrie, or Harden on the floor at all times, they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Western Conference, Mike, who's the top seed?
Who is the top seed? It's either between Lakers, Clippers, and Phoenix Suns.
None of them.
What?
On a 7-game win streak is the Utah Jazz. They are 22-5. 22-5. I really don't see this lasting. I think they could be good, but like, do we really trust Donovan Mitchell to be that guy in the playoffs? Rudy Gobert, you're not going to ride the center.
Sorry, I forgot the Nuggets are another team too that are.
We'll get to the Nuggets in a little bit. So Lakers are 2, Clippers are 3. Not too surprising there. Anthony Davis is out 2 to 3 weeks. He came back. He did, but he just got re-injured last night. So it's a little. I'm gonna want people to watch out for this. So he's got a calf strain. This is the same calf strain that Kevin Durant came to back early on and then tore his Achilles. So Davis was out with an Achilles injury. Now he got diagnosed with the calf strain. So hopefully that doesn't happen because that would suck.
Yeah.
Clippers 3, Suns are 4.
Oh, so I was kind of right without the Utah Jazz.
You were close. We're on a 6-game win streak. 7-1 in the last 8 games. We're finally healthy. Finally have the full team. It's exciting. Blazers at 5. No CJ McCollum right now. The San Antonio Spurs are at 6. I think that's just Coach Pop.
Yeah, it's Coach Pop.
Denver Nuggets are 7.
Okay.
They're not playing super hot. They did just beat the Lakers last night. We'll see if that holds up. And then the Warriors are 8. Steph is going off. He's playing. They showed Steph Curry's numbers from his MVP season to this season. They're like exactly the same. If Clay was healthy, they'd probably be top 4.
Yeah, I could argue that.
Around there. I know you. I don't know if you remember this, but you did say the Mavericks were going to make the Western Conference Finals.
Oh shit,
They don't look good.
They don't look good.
Other than Luka and Kristaps, they have no one.
Yikes.
I would still bet on the Lakers coming out of the West.
I think
if they're both healthy.
Yeah.
If LeBron and AD are healthy, that's going to be it. Sticking with basketball, just not in the NBA, we are going to talk some high school basketball. So, shout out to Mike's brother Trent, who is you go talk about Trent for a little bit. It's your brother.
I was like, I'm more than welcome to that. So Trent is getting his first. Well, so in action with my high school, they have a freshman team. That's very common in Pennsylvania State, having a freshman team to start. But as a sophomore now, he's getting time in both junior varsity and varsity. It's a little surreal having your youngest brother playing on a team that you played so long ago. And the same gym, which was funny because I was told that music came out, the warm-up music came out, and the 300 Violin Orchestra came out, and I was like, it's like, I guess they just, they thought that was cool. Trent picked that, and Trent watched me play all those years, so that was like a cool thing. But yeah, he's getting some okay time as a sophomore. Proud of him. I watch him. Matt, you tried sending us a tweet, and I should have texted you. I was like, Trent has a game. So I was the game time of this recording. So, but yeah, he's doing pretty well for being a sophomore and getting some good varsity time and, complementing that JV time itself.
High school basketball is fun to watch. And what the conversation we're going to lead this towards is, if you watch high school basketball, you will notice that there is no shot clock in high school basketball. Which
some states.
Some states. Which it doesn't make sense to me. So the discussion is going to be, should there be a shot clock in high school basketball? Mike, I'll let you go first because your brother's playing it right now.
Yeah,
and you played it yourself.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation, Matt, because looking at it from the scope of like your career, you play biddy basketball or some type of 5th and 6th grade basketball with no shot clock. You play 7th and 8th grade or middle school basketball, no shot clock. Freshman basketball, you play with no shot clock. High school basketball, you play with no shot clock. And then you go to college, there's a shot clock. I find that very hard as a player to fundamentally learn how to manage. You can manage clock in high school, but like you have to manage a shot clock first. There is games, I've been told stories with games that somebody won 8-4, and it was as a middle school game. They won 8-4 because they scored, and all they did was, there's a 5-second rule for anybody who doesn't know basketball, where somebody can guard you, and if they're heavily guarding you, you have 5 seconds to break that guarding. You could either break it with a dribble or a pass. And what they did was they literally held the ball. They extended 4 seconds. They took a dribble. They stopped. And they passed. And it's just like, how do you learn that? We had a play specifically for shaving off time. It was called Creighton, the college. It was specifically made for us just to waste time. Like, it just the ball movement, and if you had an open opportunity, there was an open opportunity. But more so, it gave you the time just to shave off the game clock. And I don't find that as a fundamental technique that you should learn. You can learn how to manage shot clock, but you shouldn't be standing the ball for 2 minutes and then taking away from the game.
It's not real basketball. It's just, you're just wasting time away. And we talk about, kids don't go to college because they feel like it's not going to develop them. But couldn't you develop kids in high school by teaching them how to even make it a 40-second shot clock? College basketball is 30. Make it 40 seconds. Teach the kids how to play with a real shot clock. Develop them so that when they get to college, they can adapt for a 30-second. And then if they go to the NBA, they can adapt to 24 seconds. You're not teaching the kids anything by not having a shot clock.
I would suggest it would be 60 for 7th and 8th grade, 40 for high school, and then 30 for basketball. I mean, college, my bad. 30 for basketball.
I think that's fair.
It just gives you 60 seconds. Like, you have 60 seconds to make a shot. So you're not spending time like, yeah, you make the shot. Okay, shot clock resets to 30 seconds. Like you have that time to work with because I feel like middle school basketball of all things, like I've been through those years of watching it. Oh, I think to myself, I'm like, did I play like this?
It's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But, you have 60 seconds to shoot because most of the time it's either rebounding or people grabbing the ball, mishandling it, getting the ball again. Like it's just all over the place. But that's my take is I feel like there should be some sort of progressive shot clock decrease from when you start 7th and 8th grade middle school to when you hit up to college. And then, of course, with the NBA is a 24 seconds shot clock.
I agree. And it gives teams, if you're down 7 with like 3 minutes left, that way teams can't just dribble the clock out. You can actually give them a chance to actually win the game.
That makes the game 10 times more interesting for the fans. It makes it 10 times more strategic for the coaches. And it's more of a basketball IQ enhancer for the players on the court. Like, again, it's not meant to take away the fun. I guess that's the worst way to put it. But it's more so to make the players learn how to manage game clock. And not only that, a shot clock. Because what if you do head into college and you have a 30-second shot clock? You're like, what am I supposed to do? Like, you're not gonna think. And usually the players that are in college that play with a shot clock, that don't shoot it and are totally clueless about it, have not been taught before.
And how many college scouts could see maybe they're deciding on a guy, hey, maybe we'll give him a scholarship or give him an offer to come on the team. And maybe he's not the best skilled, but what if he has like such good performances late in the shot clock that that he can perform well under pressure and develop his skills to get him even farther? It would take the game, I think, so much farther.
Absolutely.
That concludes the sports topics for today. It is time for Dude. That's crazy. So we all know how this works. Have not done it in a while, I feel like. It's been a long time. We have so many segments now that we're kind of rotating through.
The first episode since after our interview with Connor.
I believe so.
That's how we started it.
Yes. So, Mike, would you like to go first or do you want me to go first?
Let's start with you, man.
Okay. I have 2 great ones for today.
Oh, I'm ready.
So, I will start with this one. You know how you go to the dentist and maybe they have to take x-rays? You ever get the x-rays taken at the dentist?
Yes.
And they put that thing on the side of your mouth, they tell you to bite down?
Yes.
So no one can actually bite down. You can only bite up. Right? So everyone, if you're listening, you're probably fake biting right now. But your top teeth don't move. Your bottom teeth bite up.
I think everybody saw in the YouTube video. I'm like,
yeah, no, do it right now. If you haven't done it, try biting up. You can only bite down.
Okay, so dude, that is crazy.
It's crazy.
However,
no,
you're at a dentist office. Why don't they know that? Shouldn't they know how a mouth works?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's even more.
but I mean, no one actually says bite up. We all say bite down. But maybe the dentists, the dentists like lied to us, and they made everyone say bite down.
Or bite it.
This blew my mind because I literally sat there for like 5 minutes trying to think, like, can I actually make myself bite down? But like, you can't. You can only bite up.
And even if you're moving your head, like you're moving your head down. Like you're not biting. You're not motioning, biting down. Like fingers. Like I'm putting both my thumb and my pointer finger together. My thumb is not going anywhere. It's my pointer finger that's doing it. That's literally like.
I felt like my whole life was a lie when I heard that.
Bite down. No, you can't. I'm gonna say that the next time I'm in a dentist office and they like bite down. Like just take it out. Just so you know, you can't bite down.
Then you're at the dentist for like 15 minutes arguing with the dental hygienist. So you're like, you know what? You got cavities. Boom. Telling me how to do my job.
Oh man! Wow, that was a good one, Matt. That's really good.
Thank you.
My turn.
Yes.
I thought. So I always had a little, not confusion, but a little like contemplation with this whole idea. But it finally makes sense and blew my mind the first time. Matt, you've watched The Office before, right?
Absolutely. I watch it almost every day on
what
TV.
What was episode 1 called?
The pilot.
Right. So, is a TV show's first episode called The Pilot, because it's the first time on air.
Oh my god. Wow. What? That's f***ing crazy. Wow. Probably is.
Makes sense.
That's probably the exact reason why it's called the pilot.
I thought, like, okay, maybe they're trying to it gets better. Maybe they're trying to navigate like the TV space, and like as the pilot, you're like flying around trying to navigate. Here we are trying to navigate the airways, and it's because you're the first time on air. It's called the pilot.
That's crazy.
Right.
I always have wondered why it was called the pilot, and that's now I know.
Makes sense to me.
You learn so much from the Funny Business Podcast, folks. You're gonna learn a lot with this next one.
I'm ready. If I haven't learned a lot with the first one.
Stay with me on this one.
Okay, I'm ready.
So, there are approximately 48 million kangaroos in Australia.
Okay.
Also, there's approximately 3.4 million people in the country of Uruguay.
Okay.
So, if all the kangaroos in Australia tried to invade Uruguay, each Uruguayan would have to fight an average of 14 kangaroos.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Absolutely. I saw this stat last week and I was like, I have to say this on the podcast. 14 kangaroos for one Uruguayan.
Dude, that's crazy.
Who the frick came up with this math problem?
It's the same as the ESPN people who are like, oh, this is the first time since 1986 and it was this game versus this game. Like, I want that job to be the stat liner of those literally, like, not impossible, but just the crazy stat lines that people come up with. Like, you were coming up with Tom Brady stats the other week. Like,
yep.
I want that person in that job. That's probably the same person who just came up with a kangaroo in Uruguay.
This sounds like it should be like a fake problem in the math book.
If you have...
like you learned this in like 5th grade math right after you just got done with your snack break having your animal cookies.
If Carol has 8 cookies, she eats 6 of them. How many cookies does Carol have left? Diabetes.
Carol Baskin had 2 husbands and they're both missing. How many did she kill? 2.
Kid at the bottom of the book did not kill them.
No.
Yeah, it's so weird, man.
It's crazy, man.
Wow.
Yeah. 48 million kangaroos is insane.
Bunch of Joeys.
Yeah. Not a Joey bag of donuts.
Do you think they... Oh, dude, that's a good burrito.
Yeah.
I was going to say, do you think they'd win? They'd probably.
Oh, kangaroo? Are you kidding me?
Jeez.
I think like one kick from a kangaroo and I'm like, hey, you can have my house.
You're concussed.
Go for it. I'm good. I don't need anything else.
Freaking concussed, man. That's crazy. All right, my final one. Are you ready?
Give it to me.
All right. Matt, you've dealt with sticks before, right?
Sticks?
Yeah, I knew you were going to double check
me. Just regular sticks?
Sticks. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I've made fire.
I've made fire. So, Matt, if you broke one stick, is it a broken stick? Or is it 2 sticks?
Ooh. Yeah, that's crazy. If I had to give an actual answer,
okay,
it's 2 sticks.
Okay,
I think.
All
right?
Yeah.
What would you say?
I'd say 2 sticks.
Okay, that is crazy though, because it actually is a broken stick, but it's still a stick.
Because think about it. How'd you get the stick in the first place? You broke it from the tree.
Broke it. True. So every stick is a broken stick. That's crazy.
I remember that, yeah. Could you imagine we mathematically figured out when we picked up a pile of sticks, like, yeah, I have 3 sticks and I have 2 broken sticks. So you have 5 sticks.
That's something to think of. When you picked up a stick, how many sticks had that stick been a part of?
Oh my God, we're going down the rabbit hole.
That's crazy. It's like this stick's like 5 generations 5 generations old.
Oh my gosh.
Yikes.
Oh, freaking love that. Oh man, what another edition of Das segment.
Yeah,
I'm just too lazy to edit out another bleep.
that's okay.
I
won't say it.
haven't even started editing yet. And I'm like, I'm not going to say it. We'd like to give a big shout out to one of our new sponsors for the podcast. It is Solo.to. For those who have been visiting our link in our Instagram, our Facebook, and our Twitter, Solo.to is probably by far one of the best pages for all links of that is very important to you. So the company decided to make a deal with us as far as doing something with them. So Solo.to is the sponsor for this podcast. You could find all of your Funny Business podcast links by going to solo.to/funnybusiness. You also will have the opportunity, if you do decide, hey, maybe I actually might need a Solo.to, you actually have an opportunity to go through one of our referral codes in one of our other links that is in that Solo.to/funnybusiness. And if you actually upgrade immediately, we obviously, just being transparent, we obviously get commission based on that. But if you commission on the upgrade, if you do upgrade, you actually get 10% off when you create an account. And I think that's a pretty good deal, Matt, if you ask me.
That's how great Solo is. We love Solo.to. And also, it doesn't just have to be if you have a podcast. If you're a musician trying to get your name out there, go ahead. If you're an artist, want people go directly to your art pages, it's perfect for that.
Gamer, too, especially.
Gamer, it's everything. Everything. If you have a business or a side job or whatever, and you have links to your stuff, Solo.to is the way to go.
Yes, sir. And Matt, any fun announcements coming up or anything to talk about before we wrap up the podcast?
I don't think so. Oh, I meant to mention this on, I don't know if you've heard this.
Sure, I'm ready.
This is technically a sports thing. So,
okay.
The streaker.
Yes. I know
so, there was a report that he bet $50 or something like that, or $50,000 that there would be a streaker during the Super Bowl, and then he went on the field. And then he supposedly pocketed $374,000. That is not true. It's illegal.
Yeah,
it's illegal.
Because aren't you altering your odds with that?
Yeah, because There's no way that story is true.
Stupid.
I wish it was true, but he'd be in jail for a lot worse than what he already did.
Always fact check, ladies and gentlemen. You never know what's going to come up.
1-800-GAMBLER.
1-800-GAMBLER. We're giving another spot for gambling.
I care for the people.
I care for you too, Matt. So, well, until next time, guys, we'll see you all in the next podcast.
Stay safe, everyone.